Welcome to the next episode of Up to 5 Minutes, where in less than 5 minutes, you will learn the latest in all things real estate and mortgage lending, and hopefully sound a little smarter at your next cocktail party. As most everybody has probably heard by now, the Sixers are not going forward with their plans to build a new arena on Market Street, and instead are partnering with the Flyers and Comcast to build a new arena at the sports complex and with bigger development plans for that land. But going forward, personally, I was about 60-40 in favor of the arena, but I think this is probably a better plan. Having two arenas cannibalizing each other for events and business really doesn't make sense, and I've never been a fan of the hockey team and basketball teams having separate arenas. But this does give us an opportunity, and I think really opens up the conversation of what we want the Market East section of the city to look like. I read in an article the area was described as beleaguered. I think that is putting it nicely. With other news is that Macy's is closing, which will further detract from that area. This is a main commercial corridor for the city, and it really is kind of a disgrace that from City Hall to Independence Hall, that the state of that section of the city has gone into such disrepair. Some of the other questions that I think we have to ask in looking back at the saga of the arena is there's big opposition from Chinatown, and they will call them the anti-arena activists or contingent. And I think there's several questions Philadelphia has to ask themselves. One, what do we want Market East to be? Two, how much power and say do we really want to give neighborhood groups? Neighborhood groups are typically interested in the here and now and not necessarily looking decades into the future as to what is best for the city overall. I read where some of the anti-arena crowd was saying they wanted to replace the arena. They wanted a healthcare center or a school built. While those things are great and anybody would support them, that is not the proper development for a main commercial corridor. Philadelphia has the largest poverty rate of any big city. We need to be maximizing our real estate to raise tax revenue to reduce that poverty rate. And we need something big and bold for that section of the city.
Yeah, I feel like this change is really one of those rare kind of win-win-wins for everyone, where a lot of people got what they wanted. You kind of get the combination of the two, it's gonna be better, but it did open that dialogue for what we should do. And I do agree with you that they really need to fix that area and make sure that it's better going forward.
And it is potentially a win-win. Remember, the Sixers group still have bought that property and owns it. So it's only going to be a win-win if something gets developed there. And I ask anybody who wonders whether that's going to happen or not to Google the Disney Hole, because that has been a piece of property that's basically been sitting vacant in the Market Street area for more than 30 years and has not been touched in that time.
And we've also talked in previous episodes too about when Philadelphia had big changes that are now considered staples of Philadelphia, but they had a lot of opposition when the ideas first arose. So maybe this is a good chance to bring in a new staple to Philadelphia. It's just gonna take some change.
Absolutely.
Thank you for spending less than 5 minutes with us. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your questions down below, and make sure that you follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram as well.